Welcome to a special summer edition of the Forum. I'm Brandon Show, filling in for Sheila Evans. Right now we're talking with New Hanover County Schools Board of Education member Stefanie Adams about the Family Communications Committee. Ms. Adams, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me, and please, Brandon, just call me Stefanie. It is fine.
Okay, yes ma'am, Stefanie. Well, tell me a little bit about, why did the name of the Parent Communications Committee change? Why for that?
So the Parents Communication Committee was a previous committee, and the goal of it was to establish guidelines of how schools would communicate with parents. But the fact is that many of our students don't just live with parents. The definition of family is definitely broadened, and we wanted to make sure that when we were rolling out this committee in its new phase, that we wanted to be respectful of the fact that family is a very different definition for a lot of different people. So we're respecting that, and family is a lot of people. So we want to make sure that we're being inclusive and making sure that everyone's in the conversation.
Yes, ma'am, and that inclusivity, that's very important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very important.
Yep. You don't know who a child's going home to at the end of the day. It could be a foster situation. It could be a grandparent taking care of a child. It could be a single parent family. So the idea of family is really broad, and we want to make sure that we're being inclusive.
Yes, ma'am. Excellent. So tell me a little bit, what are the goals of the Family Communications Committee? So
the number one thing for the Family Communication Committee is that we want families to know what's going on in our schools and how to get access to resources. I'm a parent myself. My son is 7 years old, and it's sometimes tough, and I know how to navigate the system, but to find the items that you need, whether it's from the school, whether it's from the district office, we want to make sure that parents can easily access the resources that they need. Family members can find out what events are going on within the district or within their child's school. And really the goal is how do we come up with new ideas that are innovative to reach people? Because the way folks get information now has changed. Some people are Twitter people. Some people still want snail mail. It just depends on how do we get as many family members as possible with as many mediums as possible.
Yes, ma'am, that's excellent. Tell me a little bit about, what type of commitment is expected of the committee?
So the committee members will meet bi-monthly, and so it will be probably about an hour and a half to a 2-hour meeting every other month, and during that time we're going to strategize new ideas to reach more of our families, and we will talk about what's working for us, because we do have a lot of different representatives from different roles within the schools. What's working for me as a parent? Did I get the most recent updates? Did I not? Well, how would I have liked to have gotten that instead? So that is the idea. Every other month we'll review what's working, what's not working, and come up with some new ideas, and events is another part of that we really want to focus on too.
Now, Stefanie, say if someone wants to apply to be on the FCC, what do they need to do?
They would need to go to New Hanover County Schools webpage, nhcs.net, and on that there is a link in the updates for the Family Communications Committee, and you just have to click on that, and there is an online application that needs to be completed.
Excellent. So that's a simple process.
Got it.
Brand new website too, right?
Correct. Yes, the website looks fantastic. Well done.
Love it. All right, so other than members of the community, who else is going to be serving on this committee?
So when we're talking about a Family Communications Committee, it's not just about the families receiving the information, it's also about the people that are providing the information. So we are looking for a representative from a PTA organization. We're looking for a principal. We're looking for teachers from elementary, middle, and high school, because that type of information may look a little different depending on what age your child is.
Sure.
And then, of course, are just general community members that have an interest in getting information home to our families.
Fantastic. How will the the committee members, how will they be selected?
So the application is going to be closing in the mid-August, and so when we do that, we're going to take a look at all of them. We want a diverse representation of our community, different areas, different race, different ages of children. We want to make sure that we're being inclusive and hearing from all parents. For me, I'm a working parent. I work full-time, and that makes getting information from the schools sometimes a challenge for me. I really want to make sure that we have working parents represented on that committee, because I think sometimes it's really difficult for us to get the information that we need to figure out how we can be involved, because we want to be involved too. How do we get involved when most of the things that are going on at our children's schools are happening during the day?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
It's a really good point. Now tell me, Stephanie, how can families encourage better communication between the school, home, and with students themselves?
So the most important, just continue talking. Asking your child, what did you do today? What types of things did you do in school? What did you learn? So having that conversation with your child. Check your child's book bag, because things get sent home, they're in the folder, and it sometimes might be, scrunched up in the bottom because books got put on top of it. Check the book bag, see what's in there, because the schools do send a lot of things home and sometimes it can get missed. From the parent perspective or the family perspective, make sure that you're communicating with your child's teacher. Email, phone, go in and stop in when you can. Make sure that you get to know your child's teacher. It's important, you want to open on a positive, so if there is a difficult conversation that has to be had at some point, you already have that relationship that you've built. Same thing with your principal and assistant principals. Get to know the people in your school. Reach out, introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Braden's mom, and I just wanted to say hello. I'm excited that you're going to be his teacher this year. Open that line of communication so that if that teacher needs to reach out to you, they know how to get you as well in the way that you prefer it.
Be a lot easier, reaching out to them and kind of making those connections with this, right?
Yep. You want to, introduce yourself. It's important because we are sending our children into the classroom every day, and these teachers and administrators and school support staff are seeing them more than we do during the course of those hours. So it's important that we open up those lines of communication and let them know that we love what they're doing, we appreciate what they're doing, but also open the lines so that if we have to have a tough conversation or ask a question, we know where to go.
Yes, ma'am. Fantastic. Anything else you'd like to add? Maybe something I forgot to ask or maybe just left out?
No, I just encourage everyone to apply for the Family Communications Committee. There's really this big push right now that we really want a lot of transparency and we want engagement within our schools. And to do that, we have to involve our community. And our community has great ideas and they bring different perspectives and different experiences. And we want to capitalize on that to best serve our students and our families.
That's great. Well, I think it's a great thing. And thanks again for joining us, Ms. Adams. And thank you for the work you're doing with the New Hanover County Board of Education.
Well, thank you so much for being here. It is an honor, and it is absolutely an honor to serve the school system.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after these quick messages.